What's up, YouTube family? It's Jen Morris here from Cupcakeology and the Start Small Win Big Academy. And I am on the ground floor with hundreds and hundreds of bakers, food truck entrepreneurs, so many food creators out there. And you guys always ask me, how should you start your business? Like, how should you start your bakery, right? And my question back to you is, what type of person are you? And what type of lifestyle do you want to live? Right? So it always comes back to who you are. And I think that is where a lot of people mess up. A lot of people stay so focused on, all right, let me go online, let me find a business plan template, let me, put down the information, but you guys still don't really know how your business is going to be, you're going to make it successful, what type of business you should even start. So by doing that, it doesn't help you out, right? But it all goes back to you. People forget about themselves. Don't forget that you're here living this life. It's you that has to be happy. It's you that has to run this business, and it's your life that is going to affect. So how do you want this business to affect your life? Okay, so that's the first thing. Think about who you are as a person, what type of personality you have, what are some things that you can tolerate and some things that you just cannot tolerate. Okay, write that down, because I'm all about writing things down in spreadsheets and things, right? Because if I don't see it, if I don't write it down, it's not real. And number two, think about the type of lifestyle you want to live. And think about where you see yourself in 3 years, 5 years. Are you young? You just starting out? Do you want to build a family? Do you want to travel? Are you, more established business owner? Like, what do you want to do in your life? How do you see yourself living it every day? Where do you see yourself every day? How do you see yourself happy? Who are you with every day? And depending on those answers, will determine your next step. How should you run your bakery? How should you sell? How should you start your bakery? So after you do that and think about that, right? Now you want to start thinking about the pros and cons of each way. So number one, retail bakeries. That is one of the most popular, when I say most popular, not that everybody does retail, but most popular meaning when someone thinks about starting a bakery, they think about opening up a storefront and they think about serving customers every day, right? So that is what retail is. You have a business, a presence, right? A frontal presence, a place where people walk in. And you have the storefront, you're serving them. Either you're serving them as just like a counter service where they come up, you have displays and they choose what they want and then they leave out with them. Or you can have, like, some storefronts have seating areas. So they come in and they pick out what they want and they can sit there and indulge on your yummy desserts all day, right? So, but that takes you having to deal with customers. That takes you having to deal with customer service, each individual personality. Okay, Cupcakeology started off as a retail business. And yes, we encountered tons and tons and thousands of multiple different personalities, some great, some not so great, right? But I'm a people person. I love people. I love talking to people. I love engaging with people. I love seeing people eat my desserts and dance and tell me how good they are. My husband's a people person. He yaps all days. He loves to laugh with people. So that was great for us. I didn't run from that. I wasn't fearful of that, right? But you could be a person that is not really into people. You could be a person that is like, I don't really like people like that. I just want to stay to bed, bake my baked goods, and have people, eat them and indulge on them. But I don't really want to see that. I don't really want to interact with them. Then maybe a retail business is not for you. Also, if you're a person who wants to travel, wants to, be the CEO of the business, but not be the business, right? A storefront or retail bakery may not be for you, unless you have a storefront, you have a retail business, and you hire from the very beginning. You hire a general manager to manage the whole entire operation. You hire a manager under the general manager in multiple different sections. You hire for back end, for front end, for prep, for inventory, right? So you're not the one running and operating the daily operations, but you may still want that storefront presence, that retail presence, and that's okay. So that's why I said, know who you are, know the type of lifestyle you want to live, right? Do you want to be the person owning and operating that business because maybe you just love it? And that's how I was. I just loved it. I eventually evolved into stepping back, but I loved every single minute of it. So retail was fine for me. Number two, wholesale. Wholesale can be a different option. You may not want to deal with people individually. You may not want to sell your products retail individually, right? You may have a product where you can mass produce it and then you can sell it to different other businesses. So instead of selling from your business to people, individual people, you sell what they call B2B, business to business. So your customers are other businesses. Your customers can be, other restaurants. Your customers can be other bakeries, right? Like you can produce your cake batter and sell it to other bakeries that really don't want to bake from scratch, but they're like into decorating, or you can sell to other diners, restaurants, corporations, whatever wholesale account, grocery stores, right? You can create. So the great part of that is you don't have to deal with people on an individual level, right? You're making your money in bulk. So you're buying in bulk, you're making money in bulk. So chances are your profit margin is going to be a lot larger. But sometimes that means that you have to have a bigger facility. You have to have a bigger facility, bigger equipment, because you're mass producing your product. Now, that's not to say that you have to be a whole Tasty Cake or a Dawn's Food. Tasty Cake is for my Philly people, okay? But you don't have to be a Dawn's Food or anything like that where you're massively producing to ship all over, but you can. That is definitely an option, but you can be just a local wholesale bakery producer. So just think about that. So now you're dealing with other CEOs, other managers. Now you're getting your money in bulk. And it's good because because we did wholesale too. So when we did wholesale, we knew that even if times were slow, we knew we were still getting that wholesale account and that wholesale revenue. It was on the books already. So that can definitely be a good thing. Number three, online, you don't even have to have a physical presence. You can have your business online only. So there are multiple different ways to run your business online. So you could do your own website, right? So yes, we did online as well because we shipped and we delivered, but we hosted our own online operation on our own website and not a third party. So when you do that, you can use an e-com website like Wix. You can use an e-commerce website like Shopify is #1 e-commerce website, right? They are amazing. But when you're doing online and when you're shipping or delivering, you want to make sure that your process flow is seamless, right? Because you want to make sure that when that customer clicks on your website, it is simple as 1, 2, 3 for them to select what they want. Your menu should be simple. They select what they want. They pay easily. They're able to select whether they want shipping, put in their address, boom, it's done. Or if they want delivery, if that's what you do, put in their address. They should know the ETA of when they're going to get their stuff. You should already have that stuff outlined on your website, right? So you want to make sure if you're online business and that's how you're getting your money, that's how you're establishing your brand, you want to make sure that your customers have a seamless checkout process. Because if I gotta spend a whole lot of time and try to figure out how to give you my money, I'm done, I'm gone, right? But you can also host your online operation on other third-party accounts or third-party websites like Goldbelly, Amazon, Etsy, right? There's so many different ways for you to establish yourself as a leader in the online baking industry, all right? So you could do the shipping. We shipped our cupcakes, our cake batter all over the United States. Or you can just do local delivery only, which is the click and order. That's the trend that we're going in, guys. That is going to be huge. Now, this is not to say that you either have to be retail or online or wholesale or retail. You can incorporate a little bit of everything in your business operation, but just know that each operation is a separate operation. It's hard to commingle everything. But again, you can be successful doing multiple different ways because we were successful with it. Like I said, we had retail and that was a separate operation. We had online shipping. Shipping was a separate operation. We had wholesale. That was a separate operation, right? So it's just a matter of you really knowing what you want, how you want people to perceive your brands, right? And just make sure you have it written out ahead of time. And it will all be okay. You will be totally successful with it. Next, you can have a bakery cafe. You can have the local, you're not baking a whole bunch. You don't have huge displays. You have a nice little quaint shop where you open early morning, and maybe you get you study to be a barista, and you have all types of cappuccinos and lattes and coffee, and then you make the muffins and the croissants and all the little fun things. You can be your own little Starbucks, but you you know what I'm saying, put your twist on it and your spin on it, right? And so if that's what you want to do, you don't need a whole lot of people to run a bakery cafe, depending on how big you need your bakery cafe, right? And next, you can run a food truck. We did that too, guys. Okay, we did a lot actually, but we had a food truck first, right? So you can have a food truck operation and a retail operation or wholesale operation. You can have a food truck where you're going out there and you're in multiple different places each day, or some people have a great spot with a lot of volume of people, right? And they go there every single day, and that's like their store but on wheels. There's so many different avenues, guys. Like, open your mind and start thinking outside of the box. This is the most best. Did that sound right? This is the most best. Jen. But what I'm trying to say is, this is the time where you can be most creative. Entrepreneurship is the best feeling in the world because you're stepping outside of a box that people put you in, right? Now, you can put yourself in a box and think retail and that's it all you want to, right? But just know that the world is changing and you better change with it, okay? So when you have your food truck, you're going to want to check your laws. You're going to want to check regulations in your state, in your county, in your local municipality, because they all could have different regulations. A lot of times, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to rent a commissary, and that's like a commercially shared kitchen where you do all of your cooking or your baking, right? Your prep work, because you don't have that much space. And a lot of states do not allow you to bake on the truck, just sell from the truck or prepare and put things together on the truck. So just know that you're going to have the added expense of a commissary kitchen as well as the food truck. But then just know too, the food truck is on wheels, it's mobile. So think about your car. You need an oil change. You need to keep up with maintenance, tires, all of that. So just with each level, that you're thinking about starting your bakery business, really fully think out, how that's going to allow you to live your life, right? Is that going to be conducive to the personality that you have? And also, what are the pros and cons as far as startup expenses or overhead, right? Because you can even be in a place in your life where you don't really want all that overhead, right? So you may not want to do a retail business. You may want to do it a different way. Or, next, you can have a home bakery, right? I mean, their home bakers grew like 300% since, for the last 2 years, right? Since COVID started, and some people are okay. Some people don't even want to leave. They're okay with their home operation. They are fine. The overhead is low. They're not trying to do that much, depending on, again, what your outlook is for your business. So that is definitely a very inexpensive way to start your baking business, just to get your feet wet, to see what's going on out there, right? And then some people may even have a little separate kitchen that they turn into a commercial kitchen. I know I had some students who they had a lot of land, and their spouse put a container or a shed on their property and turn that into their commercial kitchen, and boom, that's how they ran their business. They did online, wholesale, right? Delivery. They were killing it. So again, think outside of the box, expand your vision, guys. And then the last one is custom only. So you have volume production, you have where you can sell cupcakes, cannolis, cookies, brownies, donuts, all types of things, cake pops, whatever it is that you fancy. But you can run your business just from one item alone, something specialty, something custom. Especially you custom cake artists out there, you can just have a cake studio. You don't even have to open the doors to people on the daily. You can focus on doing your craft, being creative with fondant and sugar art and chocolate molds, right? You can do what you love most and run your business that way. So guys, just remember, tap into who you are, or rediscover who you are and what makes you happy and what sets your mind free. What can you see yourself doing every day, all day, how you want, what type of customers you want to serve, the type of risk you're willing to take for your business, the type of, how much assets and funding you have to start your business. And don't forget, you can always pivot. Just because you start one way does not mean you have to stay that way forever. You can grow and evolve, because you are going to grow and evolve. As you're in this journey, you're going to see so many opportunities arise that it's going to blow your freaking mind, right? So you're going to naturally evolve. Just let yourself do it, okay? Give yourself grace, embrace the journey, allow yourself to evolve, allow yourself for you to go with where your heart is taking you. Right? So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that gave you guys a lot of value. As always, talk to me in the comments. Let me know. I want to know who you guys are. I want to see who I'm speaking to. I don't want this to be a monologue, okay? And share this video to all the entrepreneurs that you know, foodies, food entrepreneurs, bakers out there. Share the love. Don't keep it to yourself. We have to get this thing going, and we have to share everything that we know so that we can all be successful. There's room for us all to kill this game, all right? So make sure you like, subscribe if you find value in this and all of my other videos. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.